Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Jet Set Insider. My name is Robert Victor Anthony Murgatroyd, and this is my lovely wife, Kimberly. And do you know what her middle name is? Tell them, everybody.
It's not that exciting. It's not like it's like Gladys or something.
Is Gladys exciting?
Well, it would be more exciting than, Anne, Kimberly Ann, kind of obvious.
Before I do the introduction here,
or Obvi, as our teenager says.
Obvi. Tell the people out there in TV land, she, why you were late for this podcast today.
Well, they don't know I was late.
Well,
because they're still watching it at the same time, so that doesn't make any sense.
Right, but I just told them. Tell them why you were late, she.
I was late because I was on the phone with my fitness mentor, fitness icon and coach, Miss
KathySavage.com.
Did she add .com to her name?
I think she is a .com.
She is. She might as well be a .com.
Listen, we're all a .com.
We're all a .com.
Let's be honest.
But yeah, she's awesome in the competitive world of women's fitness. She is first
all
ever
right,
coach.
With the commercial. What is
Listen, you opened the can of worms.
Oh my God, the commercial.
She's awesome. What am I going to say?
Kathy was born a small child in Mississippi.
No, Boston.
I know. I know where she's from. Tell them.
Any more?
Tell them the she.
Oh, so we were on the phone. We were gossiping, and so I was on the phone. I was like, and she, and on her end, she was probably saying she. So Rob came in, and he goes, the she, because his thing is whenever you have a group of women together, or more than one, so two or more.
When two or more are gathered at a Starbucks,
and all you hear is
so here's the deal. My wife and I, we've actually observed this together. If you go into a coffee shop, let's say, and you hear a couple of women talking, you won't totally be able to hear everything because it's a little la, 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 la. But what you will hear is, and then she and she and she.
And what do the boys do?
Money. Goals. Money. So test me on this. Next time you're hanging out, men, when you're listening to your wife on the telephone, count the number of she's. Women, when you hear your man on the telephone, count how many things has to do with goals or money. For those of you who don't know who we are known as the Jet Set Couple, who helps other couples take insanely cool trips. Now, what we really are is just a couple that share an insane passion for boutique hotels. We do it all on our website, jetsetlife.tv, and now we are taking that passion to the podcast world. And in these podcasts, we share fun stories, travel tips, embarrassing videos, and we just kind of take you inside of our crazy-ass travel life. So today, I think we got a really cool show. Tell me about it, Kimberly.
Well, because you guys have emailed in and are slightly annoyed with us on this.
Well, you totally fucked that up.
No, I didn't. You did. Jet Set Life, or Jet Set Insider number 10, we ran stupid long. And by stupid long, I mean like 2 hours. So we decided to cut the show in half and do part 1 and part 2. Then we had to add another terabyte or 3 terabytes, I think,
3
to our computer to hold all our video. And
excuse me, I need a cough button.
Yeah, seriously, all our video and all of our footage and all of our stuff, and somehow we lost part 2. So we now are redoing part 2 for everybody that's asked.
It's going to be the lost footage. You're going to find it in 9 years.
Yeah.
They found it. You know when you hear the lost footage?
Yeah.
Well, we actually did
like
lose
Geraldo's going to
Right.
come over and open a terabyte and find it.
But you know what's cool? They're actually getting an even better thing right now. You know why?
Because I have bonus footage?
Not only bonus footage, but for those of you that are actually watching the video, I think you will notice a much improved lighting in these videos.
Oh, my husband, he went and got a light. If I could only show you the light that we have right now.
Actually,
I feel a little like a plant.
Actually, you should take a picture of it and put it into the podcast.
Okay, I feel a little like a plant right now that's under some lights growing.
We got a construction guy's light cheesecloth over it, binders attached to it, the weird ass light bulb.
It is rigged like you never saw
no idea,
before.
But look, gorgeous. My eyes pop.
We also have a new mic, which you tried to make come from over the hills and through the snow. That didn't work.
It's a spider mic, for those of you that don't know. And what's cool about this,
honey, they don't care,
is it moves and doesn't creak.
Okay. So, anywho, would you like me to tell them about our show today?
I would.
So, like I said, this week we are going back and doing part 2, the redo of Jet Set Insider number 10, and with a little bonus here and there. So, first off, we have a new segment called 5 Off the Beaten Path Picks. Say that. 5 Off the Beaten Path Picks. There we go.
I can do it. Watch this.
All right.
And then our new segment called 5 Off the Beaten Path.
It's not easy, is it?
Hold on. Three, 2. And then our new segment called 5 Off the Beaten Path.
5 Off the Beaten Path Picks. It's hard.
Oh, God, that's not easy.
So we're going to take you off the beaten path to our favorite little hole-in-the-wall type places all around the world.
Why is it always a hole in the wall? Have you ever been to a place where you walked in and you went, oh, there's a hole in the wall, let's go through it? What am I, fucking Alice in Wonderland?
That's a rabbit hole.
I'm going down the rabbit hole? I mean, I've never seen that.
All right. Well, in our second segment is our frickin' cool hotels. We're dishing on the hotel where the hottest international parties are just steps from your pillow.
All right, you got to do that again. 3.
Wow, you didn't like it? It was too slow?
It was weak. 3,
All
2.
Right. In our frickin' cool hotel segment, we're dishing on the hotel where the hottest international parties are just steps from your pillow.
Yay!
All right. And in our Things Rob is Obsessed About segment, he's going to show you how to turn your iPhone into a $5,000 camera in recording device for under $100.
How did you come up with 5,000?
5,000? Third art.
What am I?
Third art.
What are you, like somebody's working for ABC and they got like a...
I did.
They're shooting a new TV series?
And I think that is the segment a lot of people actually wrote in about because they wanted to know how they could do that.
By the way, that segment is all compliments of David Garland of TheRiseToTheTop.com.
Perfect. And then last in our Packing 101 segment, we're going to share how and why we carry on only even when we travel for 3 weeks or more.
Have we got a story for you? All right, so before we get started, we have to announce the winners, yay, of our 1,000 Places to See Before You Die. It's a little bit weird with the new lighting. The book kind of shines. See if you can get him another shot of that big fat book there. Okay, so there you go. We're giving away 3 books today.
The second edition.
The second edition of the brand new, as yet unreleased 1,000 Places to See Before You Die book. This is a good one. Okay, so the 3 people who win.
We had so many people write in. Okay, that sounds weird on the camera, though.
No, it's a drum roll.
I know, but it sounds like there's thunder. So, first of all, let me say, everybody, thank you so much for writing in and giving us your comments. It was actually really hard to pick.
And in our hearts, you're all winners.
You're all winners.
You're all winners in our hearts.
We're all winners. So,
but only 3 you got the book.
Yeah.
Okay, the number 1 person is, you know who you are, Michael Steiner.
You going with last names?
Yeah, I'm not even going to give him a plug. He is a lighting designer with Highlight.
You didn't call
production.
him for this?
I can't believe I didn't call him for this. Oh my God, Michael, we're going to have to talk.
But you know why Michael won?
Why?
Because he wrote places that I actually had to look up.
I'm not sure I can say it. So I'm not going to read his whole email, but one of the places that he wants to go that's on his bucket list is a place in Turkey called Cappadocia, I think.
Cappadocia?
Cappadocia.
Oh, I don't know. We had to look it up. So thank you.
Kappa Squat. I have no idea.
It was like Stump the Traveler.
And his second one is
Meteora in Greece.
Meteora, and I'm a Greekophile.
Yeah.
Meteora, Meteora. Two places I didn't know. So you win because
Michael,
I didn't know where they're.
One.
Michael, if you would forward us, do we have his address?
I'm going to email him.
We're going to email
you. You don't need to do it on here.
All right, we're going to send it to you. Michael's address is 123
I seriously,
Main Street. His telephone number
555-1212.
Okay, the number 2 person. Kimberly, you want to tell him who it is?
Sure. This is Miss. I'm not going with last names.
No,
I know Michael won't mind, but Sheila V. I will be emailing you.
Wasn't that a singer in the 80s?
Sheila E. Different. But yeah, so hers is actually kind of similar to mine. When I was writing my bucket list, I could not think of one place to put on it.
Wait,
hold on.
We have to say who this person is. Look who it is.
We will.
Okay.
We're getting there.
It just hit me.
We're getting there.
Okay.
So, anywho, hers hit me because the only place I could ever think of that I wanted to put on my bucket list is I want to helicopter over the Great Barrier Reef. Mm-hmm. Well, Miss Sheila wants to scuba the Great Barrier Reef.
And you know what she's going to scuba with? Her Live Well 360 bag.
See?
Bag.
Yes. Well, she's not scubaing with it, but she'll probably travel with it.
It just hit me who this person is. I honestly did not pick this person because I have she's a new bestie of ours. She owns a company called Live Well 360.
She's got the coolest bags in for the gym, for travel,
well,
for anything.
Don't give the review yet because in fairness, we've not used it.
But I looked at it online and it's really cool. But more to come. But anywho, so the first thing she said was she wanted to scuba the Great Barrier Reef, which the only thing that I could think of on my bucket list before I got this book was to helicopter the Great Barrier Reef. So that's why I picked her. And she wants to do the overwater bungalow in the Maldives, which Reedy Ra is the one to do. And I know that because I also want to do that. So she is my new bestie.
All right, so you got to slow down. For those of you that
I talk a mile a minute when I get excited.
Not as smart at world travel as
the Maldives.
You. Well, first of all,
they're in the Indian Ocean.
Okay, what the heck is Ruru Ra?
Reedy Ra is the one and only Reedy Ra
What's
resort.
the one and only? Help people out here. Educate them. Teach them.
All right. So the one and only is one of the world's most luxurious brands for hotels. It is just above and beyond the most wonderful, wonderful hotel chain in the world of luxury, I think. And the Reedy Ra in the Maldives is off the chain. I mean, it is stupid, amazing, beyond anything in the world that I could imagine. So I would like to go there. And so that would be her second, both of her choices.
For those of you that are Bethany, the TV show, the reality show fans, Bethany was in a one and only a few weeks ago.
In Cabo.
Which
we've done.
Show.
And maybe I'll actually, in the next podcast, I'll do some of that.
If you want to see
we can talk about it.
You want to see an amazing place.
We can talk about it in the next one, yeah. All right. So the last person is it Kristen or Christian?
Christian P.
If we screwed up your name, we're really sorry. But you have won the book. Why? Because my husband's going to tell you.
Okay, so Christian says that his number one place to visit before he dies is the frontier between Scotland and Northern England, which I have not been to either place. So it seems that the thread here is you win if I haven't been there. Okay, so and the reason why he wants to go there is because William Wallace led an unlikely uprising towards eventually getting Scottish independence from the ruthless rule of King Edward. I mean, that's a lot.
Basically, it was Braveheart.
That's a lot. Okay, so
but it's a great reason, and I support it. So.
I'm not sure I totally get it, but I'm just saying
that was rude.
No.
Yes, you're being rude.
No, not for him.
Why are you stomping on his bucket list?
No. What I'm saying is I don't totally understand what's behind that.
That's because they don't have sunshine there, and you just want sun.
I don't know the whole thing.
Christian P, you win. So there you go. There's my winners. And thank you guys so much for playing 1,000 Places to See Before You Die in our little contest. And if you did not win, go out and get that book anyway. It's the second edition. It's fantastic. And it will fill up your bucket list.
Now on to the show. All right. So let's talk about the 5 off the beaten path picks.
Off the beaten path picks. I got it. I'm handling it.
All right, so the first one is, for those of you that are Italiophiles, the people who love Italy.
Italiophile.
And let's say that you want to branch out even more. So
you've done Rome, you've done Florence, you've done Venice, maybe even Capri.
Right. So
I did that?
I'm going to say that the basic intro 101 is what Kim just said. But if you want to, like on iTunes, if you order you want to get I
just saw a light bulb go off in your head.
Like Bon Jovi hits. Well, they'll say there'll be 10 of them, and then they'll go the next steps, and then the last one will be deep cuts. This is the deep cuts. Okay. Wake up! If you really love Italy and you're willing to go a little deeper into the hole, even deeper, you got to check out Sicilia.
Well, this is actually the Aeolian Islands off the coast of Sicily.
Which I think, by the way, is where they get Aeolian sauce from, by the way.
Do you think, what about a Stromboli?
Mm-hmm, that's where they get the Stromboli from.
You see? So the first
A volcano is actually on the island of Volcano. That's where the word volcano came from. Not to be confused with Vulcan, which is from Star Trek.
And is actually the name of the island.
So the one we're going to talk about is Panarea.
The Bridge Sushi Bar. This is spot number 1 of 5.
All right, so let me give you a setup on this place.
Come on.
5 off the beaten path. Number 1 of, number 1 of 5 off the beaten path picks is the Bridge Sushi Bar in Panarea. So the only way you're getting to this place is by boat. It's about a 6-hour boat ride from
ferry ride
from Naples.
Or you could go from Sicily and it's only 45 minutes.
Random tidbit. We were actually on that boat with the cake boss guy.
Let's insert the picture.
So we were on the boat with him, and he was actually going to visit his father on a different island. But there's these string of islands.
No, his father's dead.
Sorry, he was visiting.
He wasn't going to visit
his father's
homeland.
Okay. Because his father is, in fact,
passed on.
But this spot over here, I want you to imagine a sushi bar on a rooftop that overlooks the beautiful Mediterranean Sea with all these little islands all around it. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Part about that is I love the Italian with the collars up.
Yeah.
Okay? I love the girls that are just doing their thing, just dancing.
But you know what that is? That's sunset. So let me just give a little bit of...
Did you see the straws?
Sharing the drink.
Like the drink. Like, you know what that was? That was a mojito that was giant with 9 straws.
Yeah. Okay? It's a really fun spot, honestly. The island of Panarea is tiny. I wouldn't do more than a day or 2 there. There's nothing. You can't even drive a car. Everything's a golf cart.
Let me ask you this as a girl.
Yeah.
So you're in Panarea. You're having a good time. You're hanging out. You're with your girlfriends. And the guy with the collar up, who's in from Rome, is spending the weekend at Panarea. And he's got the mojito in his hand. And he's got the straws. Are you going to hang out with him and share the straw?
Absolutely.
With that? Sometimes you should never ask a question that you don't
want the answer to.
You don't want to know.
He's from Rome. That's all you had to say.
But tell him about the other sunset we have.
All right. And also on the island of Panarea, this is spot number 2.
Spot number 2
is the Apertivo, which is a unique Italian little thing. It's like happy hour in the States. And except they give you a buffet, and it's usually free, and you have cocktails. And the Apertivo in Panarea at the Hotel Raya has this beautiful deck that is just the most serene, beautiful place to sit, have a glass of wine, have a couple of little arancini balls, which really made my ass huge after I ate about 90 of those. They're little rice and cheese balls with meat in the middle, like fried. Like I couldn't have gotten any worse for
which are all over the place.
Which is why we created Jet Set Body, because I had to take the arancini off my ass.
Right. It should have been called Sans Arancini. But
notice there was no pictures of me in the Aeolian Islands in a bikini towards the end. So let's just go with that.
But this place is really magical, and they had a Spanish guitarist, an Italian guitarist, kind of just playing these flamenco.
Were they Spanish or
Is it flamenco or flamenco?
Flamenco.
Flamenco.
I don't think it was anything flamenco. You were in Italy.
Let's go to the videotape. So you can see quiet, apertivo, guitar, sunset.
Free food. Free food. Did I say free food?
You said free food. I listen.
I think I'm hungry.
At the price of that hotel, that's the least they could do.
Seriously.
I fought to get down every night to watch the sunset. That is one of the by the way, this is a side note that I think is something to consider when you go to Europe, particularly in the summer. You want to see the sunset. Sorry, I have a cold.
We had this conversation last time. The sunset, the dinner.
Oh, we did this? Am I repeating myself?
Yes, you're repeating yourself.
Well, then let's move on to Boston, people.
Yes, this is back to the hometown of Miss Kathy Savage. You like how I tied that one in? .com. And this is a fun little bar that yours truly found in the... Go ahead. What stadium?
What's the name of the stadium that the bar's in?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'm so not a sports guy. It's coming. Fenway Pack.
You did it.
Fenway Pack.
Yes. So in Fenway, there is a cool little bar called the Bleacher Bar. Now, the Bleacher Bar is just a bar, but it is in the wall, like the Green Monster wall. It's in the outfield. So they roll up a garage door, and there's 3 or 4 tables that get to eat while they watch the game from the view of the outfield. You are on the grass. You are watching it from a ground view. It's really unique. They actually turn those tables over, every 30 minutes or something? So it's kind of
they kick you out. They go get out.
Because they have a line of people that want to have these 4 tables to be able to watch the game.
It's really
if you have to pee... if you're a guy and you have to pee and you don't want to miss the game, they have a hole cut out in the wall of the bathroom so the guys can stand at the urinal.
There's the
hole in the wall.
There's the hole in the wall.
There you go. And so they can actually see the game while they're peeing, so you don't miss anything. Really unique little fun spot. And so let's show the video.
By the way, you'll see why I never wear hats. I went to Harvard. And I got a hat, and I was so excited because my secret obsession is to have attended Harvard, which I never did, but I wanted to.
But he has the bumper sticker.
I walked around like a 6-year-old wearing his Cub Scout uniform everywhere with the hat on. So forgive why I look.
Oh, and one more thing on the video too.
Yeah.
As well. We happened to be there during a time where there was a concert in Fenway Park.
You know who it was? It was Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
They were setting up for Dave Matthews.
So when you roll up the thingy, you had the back of the stage. So when you see the grate of where the game would be, the field, it's actually a stage. So it looks awkward.
It would have been center field that you'd see, right?
Yeah, something like that. So
look... What she just mentioned about the guy peeing, we actually got a video
of a guy peeing,
of a guy walking into the bathroom, and you can see him taking his. Well, you don't see his hammer, but
hammer. You went with hammer,
but you'll see.
You only see this part. So roll the video.
There you go.
What makes this bar so incredible is that you're actually on the outfield.
Okay, so let's move.
It's a cool spot.
It is a very cool spot. Let's move all the way over to Cartagena.
Do you want to show? Let's show how we can dance.
Okay, which one do you want to do? the regular one, and go.
I don't know. You're the man. You lead. This was inspired in Cartagena.
Hey, like that. So we went to Cartagena, Colombia, and somebody had recommended that we go to this place called Cafe Havana,
which is outside the walls.
Not to be confused with Cuba. This is Cafe Havana in Cartagena, Colombia.
Yeah. But it's outside the walls. Like the city of Cartagena is this old walled city. And they said, you know, be very careful once you're outside the walls. It's less safe and blah, blah, blah. So take a taxi there. Don't walk back. Don't walk anywhere once you're outside the walls. You gringos is really how that one went down. So we took a taxi there. It was the most exciting, fun salsa place, dancing. Actually, Hillary Clinton was just there during that whole Cartagena.
You think she met a guy to kind of even the score with Monica?
No, but that's the whole thing with the who's it? Those Secret Service people. They were in the brothel in Cartagena.
Good for them.
Yeah, see? So if you're going to go to a brothel, I mean,
why not?
Why not? Kidding, just kidding.
Just kidding, don't write in.
Please.
Save your ink. Is there ink anymore? Does anybody have ink? There's no ink.
There's no ink.
Oh, yes, there is. I just bought cartridges for $32.
Okay, you digress.
I digress. This place is called
Cartagena.
Cafe Havana.
Yes.
And it is so crowded that it spills out, the people spill out into the street, but they're doing tango and salsa, and is it tango or just salsa in the streets?
Yeah.
So we got some clips where you can actually see them salsaing in the streets. So here we go. Let's roll that clip. Cool, right?
Cool.
Very, very cool
and
spot.
they told the gringos not to walk, but yet we did it anyway.
It felt totally safe. It was...
you felt totally safe, like 100%?
I did. You know why?
Why? Because you had drunk Whitey with you?
Because I had Whitey there.
You had Whitey with you.
Whitey was there.
Whitey.
Yes, he was. And if you look in the clip, for those of you, we should play a Whitey spotting game. But for those of you, if you want to sort of back up that clip a little bit, you'll be able to see. You could spot Whitey. We actually did that trip with Whitey as well. All right. So for those of you that are into clothing, and for those of you,
the next spot is for you.
The next spot is for you. These are.
Tell them you're moving on, honey.
Oh, we're moving on. We're leaving Cartagena, and we are flying all the way over to Italy again. We're going to take a quick trip to Florence to visit my friend, our friend Simone Abaracci. We'll put that into the show notes. We'll put his link in the show notes. We don't have show notes yet, but we're going to work on it today. Because everybody who has one of these podcast shows says, we're going to put a link in the show notes. So we're going to figure out how to do that, and we're going to give you the link.
They don't need all of this stuff.
Because Simone is frickin' amazing, number one.
You went with frickin'.
Frickin'. Number two, the pricing of his shirts... I mean, like, I don't want to give away his prices, but they weren't bad. They were like $100, 125 euros, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that.
But realize this is a custom shirt. So what that means is not that you bought a shirt off the rack and you went and had it tailored. This shirt is literally made from scratch. So let's show the video real quick and then let's talk about it.
All right, here we go.
Blue one. Light blue. The new as well. This is the little big and the little spread. Pronto? Watch left. No watch. No watch. Same size.
Yep. It's very important to know about the watch. Because if you have a big fat Rolex, you got to open it up a little bit. You got a little Timex, you got to lower it down a little bit. They think everything. By the way, how cool is it when he's like, this arm, it's a watch? Okay. This one, it's no watch? Okay. he literally will make this one a smidge bigger in case you got a big face, you got a big Rolex.
So your shirt doesn't stop before the watch, so it works.
You're picking the collar out. You pick
the buttons. You pick
mother
everything.
of pearl buttons. And do you want it wide? Do you want it thin? Do you want it tapered? Do you want it? I mean, so they literally hang, and then you go back like a day or two later, and he's literally cut them out. Like, imagine like, you know, when you, maybe I'm very old right now, but when you were a kid, you were a ghost, and your mother like cut it out to make you a ghost with the thing. That's what it looks like, okay? So you got the thing on, you put it on, and then if he's off a little bit, he tweaks it, okay?
Yeah. It's the most wonderful, and if you're a man that wears like collared shirts, there is no better experience for you. And if you're a lady that has a man that wears collared shirts, keep this one a secret and then just surprise him with a trip to our friend in Firenze.
And
he's amazing.
You know what's cool about this place, too?
And he's a cool guy. Like, you pick everything. You pick your material. You pick everything.
What's cool about this one is finding his shop. It's like, it's literally exactly what you hoped it would be.
Do I need a map? I know exactly where he is.
She's got an ass compass. She can find everything.
Compass?
And yeah, she does, like a GPS. She finds it all. But it's like down this windy road and stuff. So it's really cool. And if you don't go to Florence every year, but you really like him, he comes to New York twice a year, gets a hotel, and people fly in to New York to get a fitting in case maybe they're a little larger.
Do you want to know what's really funny about when we just went and shot that video? We had gone, and he's been multiple times. Rob's been multiple times to him. So he has his measurements throughout the years. And this last time, the one that you just saw in that video, I remember him going, wow, you've really gotten smaller.
And that was a fat guy.
That is video we used for Fat Rob. So can you imagine what he would say now?
JetSetBodyOnline.com for those of you.
You are so annoying with
Life is one big commercial, kids. Let's move on to our frickin' cool hotel segment where we're going to talk about the hottest international parties that are steps away from where you sleep. Honey, there's only one place that could be. Tell them. And can you spell it?
Ushuaia.
You could say it. Now, can you spell it?
Well, the Ushuaia is in Ibiza. And I'm going to spell it. I'm blocking my eyes because it's on the screen. Ushuaia.
Close. Uaia.
Oh,
but that was really good.
I did good.
It took me a long time. It's
Ushuaia.
Like, we can do that, and we can also say
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Thank you, David Letterman, for teaching me how to say that.
Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. So, the Ushuaia Hotel...
Which has nothing to do with the Ushuaia.
Nothing at all. This is a hotel concept that is unlike anything I've ever seen before. So much... Did you just lick your...
You have something on your face.
You just literally did a grandma thing?
Yeah.
Where you like licked your tongue and you wiped some schmutz off my face?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so freaked out by that now. I don't know why that freaks me out. The Ushuaia Hotel is in Ibiza. It is the only place that has put together a club and a hotel. But don't feel like, oh my God, I'm going to be like hearing banging music all day long. That's not the way it works. It starts off around 8 or 9. Chill music, jazzy music,
at
vibey.
The beach club.
At the beach club, everybody's chilling.
Everybody's recovering.
Recovering from last night. They have girls dressed up like Betty Page, and they have balls, and they throw balls in the water. And as the day goes on, the music gets a little louder. And maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock, they'll start with a warm-up DJ. And then around 4 or 5, maybe 6 o'clock, they'll start with a headlining DJ.
Well, no, I think the headliner starts at 9.
Well,
I think your timing is very off there.
Okay, well, the whole thing ends at midnight.
Yeah, the headliner only plays 3 hours.
All right, so you're such a fancy DJ person.
Well, do you want to know why I know those things?
Why?
Because we did an interview with the Ushuaia.
Are you going to put that in the show notes?
I am going to put that in the show notes.
Okay.
So watch this interview. It's great. We're super excited. We're going this summer, and so we're going to have tons and tons of video from there. But what I love...
We just bought tickets from your new favorite website.
Skyscanner?
And your new friend. You have a new friend.
No.
You don't have a new friend? Who told you all about Skyscanner? Who's the one that told you about that?
I don't know who told me.
You just found out about it on the internet?
I think I was just tricky.
Okay.
Yeah, skyscanner.com. Love Skyscanner. But got some tickets to go from Ibiza to Mykonos for $150. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. I think I must be flying in the chicken coop because I don't know how that's possible. Every other ticket was like $2,000. So, but anywho, we digress. The Ushuaia party hotel, cool concept, great sushi restaurant. Is that they have a sushi restaurant?
They have, yeah.
They have a sushi restaurant. So we'll bring you tons of footage of the Ushuaia when we come back. But for now, here is a little video.
Tell me, when you watch that, do you not want to go to that place right now?
I do.
I do. Great video. And if you want to learn more, we interviewed the marketing rep over at Ushuaia, and we sort of asked him every question that you would imagine that I would ask him about that hotel. So if you want to learn more, click on the link below this video.
In the show
notes. You can watch it in the show notes. Okay, so I'm obsessed about a couple of things, and I'm going to teach you how you can turn. And this is all, I don't like stealing people's stuff. This is all from David Garland's of the Rise to the Top.com. He interviewed a guy, which I cannot remember his name, and he deserves the credit for this.
But you'll give it to David.
I'm going to give it to David. Number one is something called the Olo clip. The Olo clip is this little doohickey that looks like this, okay? On this side, this is just something that comes off. On this side over here is a macro lens. And on this side over here is a fisheye lens. Now, and there's also one more. There's a wide angle. So you can, by taking this and putting it on the corner of your iPhone, it comes in a nifty little Olo clip bag. You can turn your iPhone into a wide-angle lens, a fisheye lens, as well as a macro lens. And you may not realize this, but if you're trying to take a picture of, let's say, a menu at a restaurant, your iPhone is going to have some trouble with it. But with that lens, it's really crazy. You put it on, you can go right up to it.
Well,
and get a
let's show them.
shot.
Okay, so let me show you real quick. I took 3 pictures of my dog with each of these lenses. So first, let's do the wide angle. Well, first let's show them the regular, right? So this is a regular picture of my dog. Now let's show you the same angle or the same area shooting with the wide angle. My personal favorite is the macro because I get right up on her nose. So here's the macro of my dog. Can't be beat is the fisheye Gia. Fisheye Gia is one of my favorites. Here's fisheye.
By the way, if you want to lose 10 pounds,
use the fisheye.
Use the fisheye.
I have a competition coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm thinking about buying fisheye goggles for all of the judges because everybody looks way smaller.
So this little doohickey is about $60. It's called the Olo clip. You just stick it in your pocket and you put it over your phone, and you'll get some pretty amazing shots. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's great.
The next one is sound is everything. We got this mic over here because the computer audio mic is not great. Well, if you're on an iPhone, it's the same kind of deal. You're getting a lot of background noise and it's not great. Well, there's a contraption that you can get where you can turn your iPhone into, or you can use an external mic with your iPhone. So
if you're shooting something on the go, like for us, if I don't want to carry all of our cameras and that kind of stuff, we can just carry the iPhone and shoot in a club or be a little more discreet with it, I think, and still have
it's a good idea.
And still have our external mic so you can still hear us and it's not like, crazy people talking. But
so for those of you that understand the value of having an external microphone,
or you're
on a
shooting
video
stuff to promote, to show.
Yeah. You just get this little contraption from a company called K, like Ken, V like Victor, KV Connection. Just Google it.
I know. It'll be in the show notes.
Oh, yeah.
Show notes.
It's called...
Thank you, David Garland, for the show notes.
It's literally called the external mic adapter for the iPhone. So,
I'll link to it.
You just take it and you stick it into the headphone jack. What most people don't realize is that the headphone jack you can record in. Why? Well, if you put headphones on, you can talk. You know how iPhone makes it so you can talk into your headphones? It's actually a microphone too. I didn't realize that or think about it.
We're going to get to play with this a lot this summer in Europe.
So that's really cool. And then the last one is called the Glyph, G-L-I-F. And the Glyph is this thing right here that you can slide your iPhone into. And we also got one of these little stands here.
Ooh, I love him.
Which is great.
Let me show. So this guy happens to be a magnet on the bottom here. So I can stick it to metal. Look, look, look. This is amazing. Look, no hands. And you put your iPhone.
And you don't have to have those creepy pictures of you like...
What does Demi call those? Selfies.
Oh, so I never heard that one. That's a new one.
So look, this thing, it literally sticks anywhere. Or if it's not metal, you can wrap his legs around whatever you want. What's this called?
I forgot. We'll have to look it up.
We'll look it up and put it on Joby.
Joby, J-O-B-I.
Joby, but I'll show notes. And you put your little camera in there, and then if you want to record, you can record because now you can edit on the iPhone, so you can edit out the whole setting up process. Or you can at least have something to take a picture a little farther away. So
just so you know, there are two parts. There's the Joby, which is this little thing over here, and then there's the Glyph that screws the Joby. Okay.
The Glyph screws the Joby.
So there you go. You got the Olo clip, the iPhone adapter making it an external mic thingy, and the Glyph.
Very technical.
And a bonus one called the Joby. Okay?
So there you go.
All right, let's tell them about packing, honey.
This is one of the most common questions we get, don't you think?
I wrote a blog, or you wrote a blog, one of us wrote a blog about taking 3 weeks off and going to Europe.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the most read blogs that we have because the title is 3 weeks in Europe with just a carry-on. And there's a very specific reason why we no longer check. You know, there's these moments in life that happen.
An uh-oh moment in many ways.
So we flew to Marrakesh. We land, and we had
these giant Tumis, okay? Like monster Tumis, 2 of them. Huge duffel bag.
Rookie mistake.
Crazy things. So we can be gone for 6 days, okay? 2 of them. Again, 1, 2. You could put a body in these things, and we had 2.
Literally.
Like I can curl up comfortably and sleep.
Literally.
So 2 of them. We flew through Paris, which I never suggest, and flew into Charles de Gaulle, had to transfer to Orly and fly out of Orly. Well, that right there is your problem. Couple that with a strike in Paris of the public transportation, and you have a disaster. So we barely made our flight out of Orly, right? Mm-hmm. Our luggage, however, did not make it. So we got to Orly, got on the flight, land in Marrakesh, which, by the way, they don't have malls like you would think. They don't have stores. I can actually give you very clear layout of what they don't have there.
But let's back up a second. We land, we get off the plane, and we go to baggage. Mm-hmm. And we watch everybody's bag circle. And you know that sinking feeling that you
get?
Like
my bag should have been here by now?
Where you're going, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then the last guy takes his bag off, and you got to go to the baggage office.
In Marrakesh. And it's not like you're in Key West, okay?
And it sucked too, because, you know, you're so excited. Like, it's the first time in Africa, first time in Marrakesh. And you're so, like, you're ready to go. You want to go see the hotel, the great hotel, Villa des Oranges. I can't believe I said that. That was very good. Very impressed. Nice. And no bags. None. So the guy says, fill out this form, come back. We said, come back when? He goes, tonight, tomorrow. We said, okay.
Come back. In the States, Delta calls you and they drive your bag to you. In Marrakesh, they say, come check tomorrow.
Next day, no bag.
No bag.
Next day.
So what did you have with you?
I literally, if you look at our Morocco video, the Marrakesh video, notes there is no costume change
or very little costume change. He has the same ever
I threw it away.
T-shirt.
I threw it away. I couldn't wear it.
Same T-shirt. We had we had sweatpants on, what we wore on the plane, and that's all we had. Ladies,
ask me how many days.
Oh no, ladies, I had no makeup. I had no nothing. I didn't have contact lens solution. I didn't have anything. So I had glasses and no makeup. So in the airport, I think I bought like eyeliner and lip gloss or something like that and called it a day.
Was it 1 day? No.
No.
2? No. 3?
No, it got to the point.
Was it 4 days when you get the bag?
It got to the point so bad that the owner of the hotel, the Villa des Orangers, a lovely man, lovely man, approached us because they knew of our plight. And he approached us and said, you know, do you guys want to come to my house and borrow some clothes? Because we were literally wearing the same thing. So we decided to try to go shopping, and there's nothing. There was a Lacoste store that had like a 400% markup, and 2 outfits was going to cost $1,500 for 2 Lacoste outfits.
But we actually did wind up buying pajamas.
You bought pajamas
that we thought. I thought was a I wanted a blend. We
bought the normal cultural Moroccan outfit.
Let's insert a picture of what we wore.
So there we are. So Rob finds out. We go out one night, and I go to a nightclub. Yes, in my outfit. Men are approaching me, calling me their little Moroccan princess. A man comes up to him and laughing that he's in pajamas. Okay, he didn't know.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But, random. Anyway, so
this is the why.
The long story is 5 days later we get our luggage. But you know what's interesting? And we'll get back to this luggage story. Something just dawned on me. We just did a piece a few minutes ago on Panarea. The owner that she just referred to of that hotel was seated next to us
in a restaurant
in Sicily years later. The one that we just showed you, the Hotel Raya. And we're looking over, and
no, he asked it. He said, "Excuse me, do you like the wine that you're drinking?" I was just going to order
and I
a
looked
bottle.
and I was like, "God, you look so familiar to me." And I was like, and I hear the French accent, and I was like, "Where are you? Are you Italian?" He's like, "No, I'm French." And I'm like, "God, you're so familiar." I'm like, "Where do you live?" And then before he answered, I went, "Villa des Orangers. You're the owner of the hotel. You're French, but you live in Marrakesh." He's like, "Oh my God!" And his daughters and his wife were there. Like, how did you know?
And I knew his name.
So,
but I can't. Why can't I think of it now? But I knew it then.
It'll hit us.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Super great hotel.
So anyway.
So the reason why we pack is
because
I don't want to lose my shit. That's why.
Yeah.
So now, if it don't fit, you can't quit. If it don't fit in a carry-on, then
it's not coming.
It is not coming.
I don't
and that's
care
all there is
how
to
long
it.
it is.
I will wash my underwear in a Tide packet in the bathroom before I do check in.
The reality is, people ask us all the time, "How do you do it?" Women always ask, "How can you do it with the shoes?" I don't need to have 19 pairs of shoes. Give me 1 pair of heels, 1 pair of wedges, a pair of flip-flops if it's the summer, and I'm good to go. It doesn't matter. I'm on the beach. I don't have my damn shoes on anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You actually did a video on how you pack, so let's show it to them.
Mine did. So this is what I do. I lay everything out, and I take it piece by piece. So come on over here. I want to show you something in here. In your carry-on, your bars come down the middle, so there's usually 2 little pockets on the side. I take full advantage of this room down here, and the first thing I do is I put my shoes, some of my shoes, down here. Okay, so on the sides, I got my shoes. These wonderful little packs that I get with my swimwear from Nina Swim and also Clickini are awesome because that's where my swimsuits go. And if anyone knows me, they know that I love my swimwear. Almost like magic. I stick my other shoes right in the middle. These shoes, because I want to protect them. I love them. They come right down the middle. And by the way, no, my suitcase is not expanded.
Am I jumping at the end of that video? Or is that,
no,
that's cut off?
I have to find that video. Let me see. If I can find Rob jumping, we'll put it right here.
Guys, I just want to say thank you. I'm just feeling in my heart, I want to say thank you. You guys have been so
we have
amazing.
We have one more piece.
We do? Where is it?
Oh, no.
It's over. It's over, honey. Otherwise, we're going to have to split this into 2 segments again. It's over. I want to thank you, but I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you.
How many do you have?
Come here. Come here. You get all this free content, right? It's all free. Okay? You get this. You get this.
You get the glyph screwing the Joby.
And you get the potato peeler. Okay? You get everything. You get our beautiful faces. You get new lighting.
With the new lighting?
You get a microphone, a new spine. You get everything. Okay? You get us. What do we ask from you? Do we ask anything? A little thing. A small thing. We ask you to go to iTunes. Type in a comment. 5-star review. I love these guys. These guys are the best travel information around. Why? Because I want to beat Rick Steves, okay? I'm just going to come out there and say it. I want to beat him. He's number one. We're not number one yet.
We like Rick Steves.
We love Rick.
And you're different than Rick.
I'm different. He's got 113 comments. We've got 28 now. We're growing. All we ask is that you take a minute, maybe 20 seconds. What's it going to hurt you? Go to iTunes, type in Jet Set Insider, click comment, write something nice. Take a second.
5 stars.
Guys, we love you. You keep them coming. You're amazing. Let us know. Please. We don't ask for a lot. A little. Take a minute. Jesus.
Honey.
All right.
Thank you guys for commenting.
Guys, it's been a blast. We look forward to seeing you again next weekend. And until then, bon voyage.